Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I'm glad you're with me again today. Listen, I want to talk about something that's called a broker opinion of value, or a BOV. Okay, so BOVs is a very common thing that we produce in our business on really a daily basis. And a BOV is exactly what you think it would be. It's a broker opinion of value. We take a piece of real estate and we have to provide our opinion of the value of it. Now on the residential side, you guys, many times they're called BPO, a broker price opinion, okay? So residential agents, they'll go out for a bank or an attorney and they'll produce a BPO on a house. In the commercial side of things, they're typically called a broker opinion of value. So what's the difference between a broker opinion of value and an appraisal? Okay, because that's really the key thing here. So brokers, we are not appraisers. We are real estate brokers, and that means that we don't do appraisals. So many times people will call our office and say, hey Mark, I need an appraisal. Will you take care of that for me? And I go, nope, can't do it. We're not appraisers. Appraisers are licensed, okay? So they are their own type of a business. But brokers, we are allowed to provide what's called a broker opinion of value, or a BOV. Now, here's the thing. The way the appraiser does their work and the way we do our broker opinion of value work are very, very similar. And the similarities come down to the methodologies, right? What are you doing to derive the value? What approaches are you taking? In commercial real estate, you guys, it's really pretty simple. We use two approaches. It's the market approach and it's the income approach. Those are the two approaches we use. Market approach, real simply, I'm not going to get into the details of this, guys. That's going to be a different video for another time as we start diving in deep to the valuation part of this. But essentially, the market approach is going to be when we say an office building, a B office building in a central business district is trading for $145 per square foot. Okay, so it's per square foot based most of the time. Whereas the income approach, what we're doing is just exactly like what it sounds like. We're taking the income, we're backing out the expenses, we're getting to the net operating income, and then we're applying a cap rate, and we're taking a look at it from the income side. And then we have to reconcile the two approaches. So that's our reconciled value, and then that's really what we're providing the client. Sometimes we might give a low, medium, and a high. So every time we list a property, right, and we're listing brokers at Results Commercial, that's what we are, that's who we are. And so when we list a property, every single property, we have to essentially do a broker opinion of value to come up with what we believe the value is going to be on this. So you guys, as I mentioned, our methodologies are essentially the same between a broker opinion of value and an appraisal. Very, very similar, but ours is an opinion, and that's the big difference here. So who hires us to do these opinion of values? I just mentioned that we do them all the time, every time we list a property, but we do opinion of values for most oftentimes lenders. Okay, sometimes we're doing them for estates, right? Somebody passes away, they have a portfolio of properties, the family wants to make a determination on what the value might be. They hire a broker to do an opinion of value, whether it be on an individual building or maybe an entire portfolio. So, what's the difference? What's the difference between an opinion of value and an appraisal, right? I've already told you that we're not licensed appraisers, but yet the methodology is very, very similar. The data that we're tapping into is also very similar, because obviously we spend a lot of money on commercial data, proprietary resources that we have to tap into. One of the big differences is cost. I can tell you that right now. Commercial appraisals are expensive and they typically can take a lot of time. I mean, you might be looking at a minimum of $3,000 as a starting point on an appraisal, whereas, to maybe do an individual commercial property, you might be looking at $500 or $600. When we get into portfolios, of course, it's going to get much more expensive than that. So that's one of the big differences, but there too, it's a big difference between somebody who is licensed to give a value versus someone who's giving an opinion. All right, that's why lenders do not count on a BOV in terms of establishing the value of a piece of real estate. They count on appraisers. Okay, so I want to make sure that we're super clear on this, that I'm not saying it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. They are held to a higher standard than what a broker is held to when it comes to a broker opinion of value. But like I said, there's many times when a lender is getting ready for a disposition. They need to dispose of or sell an asset, and they say, go get a broker opinion of value, go get a broker price opinion, and let's determine where we believe this value is at as we take it to market. So you guys, that's the simple stuff on that side of it. When we do a broker opinion of value, by the way, there's more to it. Typically, we are going to the property. We're looking at the property. I'm doing a real quick glance to understand the condition of the property. I need to know, is this thing falling apart? Is the roof bad? What kind of capital improvements are going to be required to get this building up to fair market value. Now again, maybe we're going to go sell it for a lesser price because of all the capital improvements that are going to be required, but that's what I'm looking at. So there's a lot to look at. This isn't just going under your data and just pulling some data. We need to understand so many aspects to put together a strong opinion of value. So I hope this is helpful. This kind of gives you an understanding on the commercial investment side of things as we have lenders across the country hire us to do their opinion of value, or as we're getting our listing prepared and we need to provide that opinion of value to our seller clients, what it is that we go through, and once again, kind of understanding the distinction between appraisal, broker opinion of value, or that of a BPO. I hope this helps. Mark Hulsey, Results Commercial, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Take a look at who we are. Listen, we talk a lot about real estate investing and kind of the brokerage business in general too. So I think this is helpful for investors, brokers, agents, all of you. I hope you'll subscribe to our channel. We're trying to give you some information that's going to be really helpful for you and your business. And I appreciate you joining me today. So thank you.